We can solve this limit question. The value of limit extends to 0 plus, which means whatever the values we are putting, it is approaching 0 from the right hand side, 0 plus. Sin x the whole raised to root x into e raised to x plus x the whole raised to 1 by x. If you want to find the limit extends to some value, f of x into g of x. We have product of two function. We can take the product and find the value of limit, or you can do one thing. You can separately find the value of limits, then multiply their individual limit value. Limit extends to a f of x into limit extends to a g of x. Now I can split this value into two different limit values. See, limit extends to 0 plus sin x the whole raised to root x into limit extends to 0 plus e raised to x plus x the whole raised to 1 by x. So I can separately find these limits and substitute, then my questions will be solved. Now I am calling this value of limit as y. If this limit is equal to y, means y equal to limit extends to 0 plus sin x the whole raised to root x. If you put the value of 0, it will be 0 raised to 0 form. If it is 0 raised to 0 form, take log on both sides, which means log y equal to limit extends to 0 plus log of sin x the whole raised to root x. Now you can write log a raised to b as b log a. Log a raised to b as b log a. So you can take the power down and you can simply multiply the power. Now instead of doing this, what I am doing, or you can simply substitute the value. What will happen if you substitute the value? Root 0 is root x is 0. What is root sin x? If it is 0 plus, means sin x is positive. If it is 0 plus, means if you approach 0 in the negative direction, sin x will be negative. That's why they have given this is positive, which means whatever the value of x which is approaching the 0, it is positive. The value inside the sin x is positive. It is closer to 0, which means it is log 0 plus a value slightly greater than 0. Now what is the value of log 0 plus? See, this is the graph of log x. See, here we have taken the log. If nothing mentioned, the by default the log base will be e, which means log with logarithm graph with a base greater than a, which means this is the graph of y equal to log a x. If the a is greater than 1, e value is approximately 2.71, which is greater than 1, so the graph will be like this. So what will be the value of 0? When x approaches 0, the y value is tending to minus infinity. It will be 0 into minus infinity is basically minus 1 by 0. It is also for 0 by 0, you can directly apply L-Hospital rule. But have you noticed, is the function is it division? No, it is not division. In this case, what I am doing, instead of this, we already know it is 0 by 0. We can apply L-Hospital rule. But how will you apply L-Hospital rule? You can do one thing. Log y is equal to limit extends to 0 plus, I can write it as log of sin x divided by 1 by root x. See, if you have any confusion, you can have one option as what is a by b divided by c by d. 4 by 2. 4 by 2 is division, means multiplication with the reciprocal. Here division means multiplication with the reciprocal. Division is a special case of multiplication. You can use it as division is a special multiplication with the reciprocal. So what will be the multiplication? When I divide this fraction, it will be division will be multiplication with the reciprocal of the denominator. It will be root x. Or you can do one thing. What I am doing, just multiply root x into 1 by root x. Will the value change? It won't change the value. Root x cancel. Both will get you the same result. Now, instead of doing my calculation easy, I am writing root x as 1 by root x as 1 by root x as x raised to minus half, which means this value will be x raised to minus half. Now I can apply L-Hospital rule easily. What is the derivative log x? Log x will be 1 by x And according to chain rule, what is the derivative of sin x? Sin x is cos x. Derivative of sin x is cos x divided by what is the derivative of x raised to n? X raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. Derivative of x raised to n. Now it will be minus half n into x raised to n minus 1. Limit x tends to 0 plus. This is the value of log y. Now log y equal to cos x divided by sin x the whole divided by minus half is there on the denominator part, and this will be minus half minus 1 will be x raised to minus 3 by 2, which means this will be minus 3 by 2 means you can write it as log y is equal to cos x divided by sin x divided by minus 1 by 2 x raised to 3 by 2, which means x raised to minus 3 by 2 you can write it as 1 by x raised to 3 by 2. Now division is the special case of multiplication. So you can multiply this quantity, reciprocal of this quantity will be 2x raised to 3 by 2 divided by minus 1. Now what is x raised to 3 by 2? X raised to 3 by 2 you can write it as x into x raised to half. X into x raised to half. A raised to m into a raised to n is a raised to m plus n. This means this can be written as x into x raised to half. X raised to half is root x. X raised to half is root x. Now limit x tends to 0, sin x by x equal to 1. Limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, which is also same. X divided by sin x will be also equal to 1, which means this quantity limit x tends to 0, x divided by sin x will become 1. See, this x and this sin x you can take it together, or if you have any doubt you can do one thing. Since the denominator part is gone, what I am doing, I am multiplying here with an x on the numerator and denominator. Limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, and this x and x will be cancelled. Now we can apply the value of limit x tends to 0 plus. Our limit is limit x tends to 0 plus. Log y equal to cos 0 is 1 into 2 into root 0 divided by minus 1. Root 0 is, see, this value is different. This is 0. Root 0 is 0. 0 into an integer value. 0 into a real number will be 0. Which means log y equal to 0 means y equal to e raised to 0. Log y equal to 0 means y equal to 0 means y equal to e raised to 0. E raised to 0 is 1. Which means we have got our y value as 1. So this part will be 1. So this limit is solved. It is equal to 1. Now we can solve this value. Now our question is only this much. We need to solve this part. This limit has gone, it will become 1. What is the value of limit x tends to 0 plus e raised to x plus x the whole raised to 1 by x? This is the limit. The final limit will be this one, because we can individually calculate the limit and multiply. So this limit I have calculated. You can calculate the limit individually and multiply. So I have split this limit value individually and calculating and multiply, but this value become 1. So we can calculate the remaining one. Limit x tends to a, f of x the whole raised to g of x will be e raised to, see, we can limit x tends to any value, f of x raised to g of x equal to e raised to the same limit x tends to a, the power g of x into the base function f of x minus 1, which means this value will be e raised to limit x tends to 0 plus the power will be 1 by x into f of x, the base function minus 1, which means our limit value we can solve it. Now if you put 0 here, what will you get? E raised to 1 by 0, e raised to 0 is 1, x is 0 and minus 1, it will be 0 by 0. You can directly apply L-Hospital rule. Now I am applying L-Hospital rule, it will be e raised to limit x tends to 0 plus, see, this whole quantity you can write it like this. Now what is the denominator? Derivative is 1. Derivative e raised to x is e raised to x. Derivative is 1 is x is 1 and derivative 1 is 0. I have taken the derivative. Now applying the value e raised to 0 is 1 plus 1 which is equal to e square. This is the value of this limit. The value of this limit is e raised to 2.